Dark Side of the Mooning it with Oz. She's getting that third
Honestly,
line.
it's exactly what it is.
Welcome to amorephillyunion, the podcast where we are already starting to nervously pace around the house in anticipation for Sunday. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
And I'm Paul.
And yeah, this is gonna be a fun one this week. We gave a little bit of a alluded to it last week, so let's just get right to it. So this week we're really happy to have back to the podcast one of the OG members of the Unionverse, a longtime friend of the pod, the occasional in-person stadium buddy, and post-match celebrant. And again, I want to give a shout out then to Dr. Dan for joining in as well. But please give a hearty More Philly Union welcome to Nate.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me back. It's great.
It's great having you back on. Yeah, we've been meaning to do this.
Dan note too. We'll give him a shout out later on, I'm sure, with the whole season memories.
We'll have to loop him in on an episode and be I don't know, health tips
we're scheming for the playoff game, so something to think about. But yeah. Good ideas.
The nickname just makes me think of The Simpsons, and I keep hearing, "Hey, everybody! Hey, everybody!"
It's Dr. Dan.
I think he'd like that.
Yeah, what's the limit with was that fair common usage of things?
Fair use, yeah.
Fair use, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how far we can push it. All right, so right at the top, before we get started talking about a lot of more fun things, we had just tonight there's been these I guess breaking news of an allegations of kind of unpleasant stuff surrounding Ernst Tanner. So yeah, Christy, if you kind of uncovered this one or brought it to our attention.
Yeah, well, and then it became breaking news, but I'd like to thank one of our listeners, Roberto Ramirez, for actually sending me this article first, and then I also got a news alert. So Ernst Tanner has been accused via The Guardian, which is an English British publication, and re-reported by the Philly Inquirer, accused of racist, sexist, and homophobic behavior. If you get a chance to read the article, it's troubling, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think, in light of the playoffs and what we know so far, we're going to dwell on it tonight because we'd like to talk about other things. But it is it's upsetting. I think it's something we may have to revisit later as more comes out. It's it's I guess for me personally, just really quickly, if assuming there's the smoke is indeed fire, then it's a bit sad that our if it taints anything with the team, and all they've achieved this year. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully they can put this aside and move forward. I don't know, but anyway, so an upsetting thing to happen when we have. It just feels like, why can't we have nice things?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
Going to be, if I did the intro, that was going to be my intro, but I didn't want to start with that. But that's, I just, so, and obviously if there's any truth to this, and there's a lot of reports, so it's hard to believe that they're all fabricated. It's just reprehensible, but,
we'll see what comes out, and we'll just keep an eye on things. And until we know more, I think we all agree we'd like to not dive into it until we've actually had a chance to digest a bit more.
Yeah, and as more things come to light, and just
So more.
We need to let everybody know that it is out there. It's not hard to find. Go do your own reading, and
it's not very pleasant. But
be prepared to discuss next week.
Yeah,
for sure.
So not necessarily want to start this week's episode, but we just at least wanted to acknowledge that up front. We'll be keeping dibs on it, and we'll be sharing our thoughts as things come to light.
And thank
you. More
you
importantly, we got Nate this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you to Roberto for sending that.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, more importantly, we do have Nate. We have company.
Yeah.
So when company's over, you get out the nice plates.
Break out the Entenmann's with the coffee.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would destroy an Entenmann's right now.
My crumb cake is crack.
Yeah. Gosh, I know. Well, I guess relate it maybe, I don't know, to cleanse the palate. Let's kind of reset the table, reset the scoreboard. So Nate, you were talking, we had the tradition of always asking our guests for a song suggestion, and you got something for us or something you want to share. So
yeah, I think this is a good one to put up the top here and kind of flip the script a little bit.
thank you.
So, we had a year hiatus coming out of the playoffs, not being there last year.
That's true.
Well, we're through one round this year, but we had another long break, which, history hasn't shown too well. But I feel like we're coming out of this, fingers crossed, avoiding distractions here. Instead of the rust, I want a little return of the Mack. And, coming out to the playoffs here. And I had the artist down, and now it's slipping my head. But yeah, if everyone remembers that tune.
I mean, I got going through my head now, like "Return of the Mack," and like
that's it. That's the one. So we're bringing the swagger back. I feel like they're coming into this series with some swagger. We're at home, and we're going to slay some demons here, hopefully. And like we said, take the edge over our foe, NYFC, in our playoff saga.
I mean, it's going to be hard going through this whole recording without that constantly looping in my brain. So the Union are facing off against New York City FC on Sunday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the conference semifinal. So we're one game away from the final for the conference, 2 games away from the MLS Cup, if those are keeping track at home. So I don't know. We've as you mentioned, like both the team and all of us, right? It's been this little bit of a hiatus. So what are we thinking coming into Sunday?
I'm hoping that they're sharp. They've been playing friendlies. Is that what I've read? I don't know if anyone has more info on it, but just staying fresh and attack.
I've heard the same, but I don't have any concrete information about that as well. But I got to imagine that Carnell was recruiting any team that could field a team to take on the players, spotting other teams' players playing 11v10, 11v9, whatever he could do to keep them playing at match speed as best they could. It's definitely a concern, but going into a playoff game against the lower seed at home, you got to be confident.
Yeah.
Not cocky, but confident.
There you go. Because we were talking earlier, right, that in the kind of the history between these two teams, kind of roughly split, right? It's kind of I don't know the exact numbers, but it's rough. It's kind of 50-50. Which is nervous making for me. But I would be nervous. I'd be nervous if it was like, we've won 10 out of the last 11. I'm like, well, this might be that game where we lose. And, but it's going to be, I think this is going to be a very hard fought game.
So according to AIscore.com, the head-to-head matchup between Philadelphia versus New York City FC, it has been 27 total games. Union have won 13. New York has won 12, and there have been 2 draws. The goals have been 42-37 in favor of the Union.
All right, that's good.
And
anything about home versus away?
The home team has won the majority, but only slightly. Union are 8-6 at home. New York City is 6-5-2 at home, meaning they've won 6, lost 5, and tied twice. But again, this is just the first website that popped up. Let's see. I mean, it does have a lot of the results here listed, and this year
Yeah,
the home team has won both games, which is what you were talking about, Nate, earlier.
And New York did make it out of their quarterfinal series with Charlotte by winning both away games, if I remember correctly. So hopefully they used up all that juju coming into this game.
Yeah, they've had a layoff too, right? It's everyone at this point.
Everyone did.
International.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Not quite as long, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. NYCFC, I don't know. It just always seems like when I expect them to zig, they zag, So I never quite know what to think. That is a very split record.
Yeah.
That does not imbue me with a ton of confidence.
Yeah.
But I'm always the nervous one, so that's fine. I'll own that at this point. Nate did some recon and sent us an article earlier this week. That was from an NYC FC, I guess, blog site, fan site,
something like that. Yeah,
something along those lines, right? And it's interesting because, like, I don't know if I should sum it up, Nate, since you sent it, but like the way I read it was that this is kind of gravy at this point because they're already doing better than they had expected to. And I in some ways I thought, well, gee, that could describe us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had a strong finish to their season too, a really strong one, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, so they signed a couple of players off the last transfer window. The one I watched the highlights of the second Charlotte game where they clinched it, and was it Nico Fernandez for Cal? He's their attacking midfielder winger. He's the one that scored the brace. He did look really good. He's like a big threat. So there's someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been on a hot streak. What is it, 8 wins out of 13 to finish the season. Kind of work their way into that last playoff spot. Was they in the last seed? They're 5 seed.
Yeah.
But coming in, and it's interesting because we're the Shield winner, but we're not the statistical betting odds.
Yeah.
If we were to lose, that would be, I don't know. It feels like we're riding high because no one expected this. I didn't expect where we're at, how things have transpired. But yet, now we're like, all right, we got to do it because we're the number one. So, like you said, confidence.
Yep.
I mean, I got enough of the, I don't know, inferiority complex. It just feels like, we had the better record, we got the home field advantage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there's something about when New York rolls in, it's just like, it just undermines my confidence. It could be like, oh, we're only going to field 4 players. I would still be like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if we're going to do it. Like, they're going to do something. It's just, the universe always seems to favor New York. Not always, but but this is my insecurities coming out. It's funny following soccer. It's like a mirror. It's it's almost therapy.
So we're revealing more about ourselves in this podcast than about anything related to the
game. Exactly.
Good. Yeah, that's probably very true.
All the insecurities coming out.
So, see, what are you thinking about, or am I the only one that's pretty confident that the Union are going to win this one?
Or when am I ever confident?
Figured I'd at least ask.
I appreciate you asking. Yeah, no, I mean it's I don't know. I'll just, like I said, we have a lot of paper bags in the kitchen, and I that should at least keep me going through. But no, I think, like I said, I am nervous about it because NYCFC is this weird wild card. Like either they're way down or way up. I mean, it's there's nobody you can ever count out any given Saturday, Sunday, whatever, but like I can remember times when I went in there thinking that they were, oh, we're absolutely gonna just destroy them, and we got our hats handed to us, and I don't know. I'm not sure, and with the strong finish to the season is not. I mean, obviously we have to take everybody seriously at this point. There's no
no easy games left.
No LA Galaxies left, and even that game.
Yeah, right.
where we happened to run into Nate.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
that was the one where we were like, I was talking at the half, and Nate, ever confident, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna turn around in the second half." I'm like, "All right, your mouth, God's ears."
The confidence comes and goes, or maybe I'm just like channeling.
It's only weird when it doesn't work.
Confidence, that's right. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. So no,
that was the game. That's where we met up at the game.
Yep, exactly.
There was a second time where Dr. Dan flagged. I was able to coordinate, I think.
Yeah.
You did a little drive by, I think, of there via Dr. Dan.
Yeah.
At the last game of the season, I guess, or
was that the clinching? That was the shield clinching.
It was the shield.
Oh, that's right.
So,
that's right. I forgot about that.
It was the shield because I think we had put out the call that we were going to be there and if anybody was around. So, and sure enough, there he is. But yeah, so no, I'm rarely confident, often hopeful. To misquote Taylor Twellman. But so that's I see no reason we can't. Like, I mean, I just always we'll see what happens.
See, I honestly think that the Union are in a good position here, and I think that it's a playoff game, so I don't think it's going to be a 7-0 blowout.
Okay.
But I could see a multi-goal win for the Union in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I really do think that Blake and Glesnes and Wagner, even Bedoya, they're going to remember that that Eastern Conference Championship game, that COVID game that they lost to NYCFC when Blake and Bedoya weren't allowed to play, as well as like 9 other players from the Union. And I think they're going to come in. I think wanting the win. I think Carnell's going to keep them targeted, psychologically targeted well. I don't think they're going to be, like I said, I think they're going to come in confident but not cocky. And I honestly expect them to get on the front foot early. I would love to see them get a goal in the first 30 minutes and then, just kind of put their foot on New York City's neck and just finish the game off with 2 or 3 more goals.
Yeah.
And I could see this being a 2-0, 3-1 kind of a victory for the Union.
Well, I guess related to that, how about this? Anything in terms of a lineup you guys would like to see? And kind of like what type of, I mean, we all want the Union to win, but like, what are you kind of hoping in terms of specifics you want to see in the game?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the last playoff match, so up top it was Baribo and I'm trying to Milan, right?
Putting me on the spot here. Let me.
So that was the second game against
Bluesky, I believe, was up top with Baribo. I'm hoping that he sticks with that. I like that combo.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know, is Urich recovering from a groin injury still? Was he coming off something?
Something like that. But I'm sure that this layoff, he's probably healthy again.
Yeah. And we've got a few people coming off of international duty too that I had down as notes. So
yeah, I think that international duty, I think, is hopefully going to help keep some of our players
fresh. Hopefully,
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully Blake's still fresh and back in goal. That's always a good.
Yeah. According to the MLS website, the Union have nobody reported on the injury list. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's not the case for NYFC. I know they've got a few players out. But an ACL tear, one suspension.
Yeah, who was that had the ACL injury?
Jose Andres Martinez.
Is that a good thing? I don't know
I think it's a good thing for the Union.
Okay.
Yeah. Anytime there's an injury, that's never a good thing for you. But I think they're kind of, I don't want to say crippled, but they've got, it's not the flip side of the COVID year, but they're on the losing end of the health status.
Yeah. So lineup for you guys, anything? Paul or Christy? Anything you want to see?
Come back to me.
We'll come back to you.
I just want to see that defense roll out. Blake, Glesnes, Macania, Wagner, and then you could take your pick on that last.
Right. Harriel.
My guess is it'll be Harriel.
Yeah.
But yeah, Westfield could be out there. I think if they shut them down, the saying still stands: defense wins championships.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't lose if you never give up a goal.
Yeah.
And what a turnaround this year to getting back to that defensive.
Yeah.
Blessings was struggling with injury, but last season, and there were some other factors. But I was looking through, so they had the fewest shots and goals allowed.
Yep.
Wow. Really?
Most tackles, interceptions, corner kicks, and throw-ins. They just across the board are
dominant,
winning all the small stuff. So stay sharp.
90% of the corner kicks are Wagner. Interesting. Yeah, so I was just looking up the last playoff match, and it was Harriel, Glesnes, Makanya, and Wagner starting.
Yeah.
With Westfield, Jean-Jacques, Lukic, and Iloski in mid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about that defense. I want to see us just lock it down. If we win by 1, great. If we win by 4, great. But keeping a clean sheet, I think would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see. I want to see our buddy cops in the center, Jean-Jacques and Lukic doing some stuff. I want to see Indy get in this game. So basically, if I see a goal from Indy, Lukic, or Iloski, that I would like to see, just because I feel like Iloski's it's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody loves an Indy goal because then what do we call it again? It's the
Indy Shake.
The Indy Shake.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lukic, I just love the fact that he just tees up these shots from I don't know how many yards out, but I just dig those long range shots. What was it? The Kyle Beckerman level wonder shots.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere is safe on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a really good point about the defense. That was our big thing last year. Glesnes, I feel like, has worked overtime. Maybe I'm projecting, but to make sure he was not part. If there was a problem, he wasn't it this year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to win. I want Blake to stay healthy. How about that? That's all I really want. I don't care if we win by 1 or 16. It doesn't matter. That's what I want.
I don't
like
to.
We're coming off of international. Always makes me nervous because he's been, obviously he would have been practicing, but international is a bit of a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a little bit worn? Just from that, since he's a bit seems a bit fragile this year.
Yeah.
God love him.
He's getting up there, right?
It seems like there's some persistent thing that just isn't going away for him.
It does.
I don't know, but maybe he needs the off season to put his feet up. But anyway, so that's really what I want. I'm sorry, it's a bit simplistic.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically speaking, if Blake is healthy, I think the odds are in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
That instantly gives you a 5% bump.
Exactly.
If not more.
Yeah.
All right, so let's I don't know if I want to say assume, but let's just move forward, right? So what happens after this game?
Wait. Before we move off this game, quick question. Damiani, Baribo, Ora, Iloski, Vasilev, Lukic. Heck, I'll even throw in Donovan there. Who do you think gets the first goal for the Union?
Just do like a pool here. All right, first.
Like, I almost want to say, like, if you're pulling based off of their goals for the year, you can pick a couple of but no, I mean, like, who do you think is going to get the first goal?
Iloski. It just came to me in a flash.
I second Iloski.
That's a good option.
Should we do like a draft thing where you can? So Chrissy got Iloski.
She takes him.
Well, I feel like Nate
they
is
do
the
on Tour de
guess.
France.
Yeah, Nate.
Well,
Nate goes
I'll
first.
take
Yeah, no, you
Baribo
should.
then as a backup because I
All
feel
right.
like I said, I think he'll start up top with Olowski. I hope, and it's going to be
Yeah.
between the two. But Olowski's just he fires. He doesn't
Yeah.
hesitate, which
Yeah.
is something Quinn would do too when he was
Correct.
healthy and in.
Exactly.
And I always love to see that.
Mm-hmm. All right,
But
so
he seems
Christy.
to have something extra on those long shots too.
Which
Yeah,
a quick
happens to
mazel
me.
tov to Baribo because no, truly, because his wife had a
Oh.
baby
Yeah.
named Abigail. This
Oh.
sometime recently, I assume within the last week. They didn't say exactly, but
Oh wow.
so
Oh, that's awesome.
Recent.
so
Congrats.
congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All right, Paul, I'll give you pick number 3. So we got Lasky and Baribo are out. So
I almost want to steal one here from E.
you got the reins.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pick them.
I'm gonna go with the longer range Lukic.
Yeah. 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 How much further we got to put like a wager on this? I don't know. Like I don't know. We'll buy some crap fries at the next game.
I would
There you
say,
go.
or a beer at Larimer or something.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, Lukic, I feel like he's taken so many long range shots that just went over, just went wide, law of averages. It's only a matter of time.
I think he was gonna want to get one at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you go underdog E?
So we got
And by
Aura.
underdog, I mean much maligned.
You got
person.
Damiani, you got Aura, you got Vasilev, you
Yeah.
got Jean-Jacques, you got Donovan. No.
Yeah. I know. It's like, I mean, heck, even Wagner might, or
Glasnost.
Yeah, for sure, Dustin's.
Karmically, I kind of want to say Damiani just because we kind of gave him a hard time all season.
I knew it.
But I'd rather be wrong and have a little bit more fun with it. I want to go with
Mr.
Indy.
Shake himself.
Yeah, I'm going with Indy. Just let's get it started. So chances are the smart money is going to be on Damiani, but
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Indy
Because we all pick somebody other than Damiani.
Yeah, and this way we're kind of tempting fate to prove us wrong here.
That's right.
And,
That's right. He does well when you lose
yeah.
hope.
When you call him into question.
When you stop believing.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to write this down. So make a note here.
Oh boy.
Pulaski, Baribo, Lukic, and Damiani.
Okay. No, I went with Indy.
Oh, that's right. That's what.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one, Paul. Yeah.
There's a lot of good options. It's been a scoring committee this year.
Which isn't that nice.
Which makes
To
it
have
hard
a
for
lot of
teams to
options.
stop them.
Hard.
Yeah. And that's a huge argument against the whole bring in a star thing.
Exactly.
I mean, I know we've touched on it before, but I'd rather have
it's
this.
kind of like
You want talent that fits, right? But yeah, no
Mhm.
egos.
we're
That's
like
right.
the way of the water, because it's we're just is it ubiquitous? We're just kind of everywhere. Like, an attack can come from any direction,
Well, that whole bit that we talked about when they released the salaries and the Union
yeah.
were like the third lowest salary in the MLS, but they
Yeah.
won the Shield this year.
I know. I got to imagine like the Oakland A's who like moneyballed it were even looking at that like, damn, we didn't even. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's a positive, and then I look at it and I'm frustrated too. I'm like, well, could we be that much better? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But if we had some higher level, but we are where we are. It's good.
Yeah, we shouldn't be cheap to be cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if they can do well with us at their salary, and if that means that they move on, prove themselves and move on, don't want to see the team fracture. But
That said, if they could have a lineup that you just walked into every game and we're like, yeah, we're scoring 3 today and we're not giving anything up. I mean, maybe it would be boring, but I would deal with it for a good year and a half, 2 years.
That's fine as long as it's not all one
the
person,
Patriot
and
fans.
if that person is out, then it's a
Right.
complete scrub team. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, correct.
Or
because,
a freedom. Miami's going to be there. They're already at the cusp. This is it, probably.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they are that team that can walk in there, I think, when they're in their full health, full squad, and just say we're going to score 3. Their problem this year is they can't stop the goals from getting scored on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess with that said, right, after Sunday's game, the winner of that game will face off against the winner of the Miami-Cincinnati game, which we should know who that is before the Union game starts.
Correct.
So who are we hoping for? I could go either way on this one.
Yeah, same. Go ahead.
I have a definite opinion. I don't want to face Miami in the playoffs and have the MLS writers banking against us.
Yeah.
This is Busquets' final year. This is Alba's final year.
Gross.
What's that?
I said gross. Go ahead.
I don't want them even getting any further in the playoffs. Just shut them down and put them out.
Yeah. It's kind of how
now that said, Cincinnati's a tough team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's a tough team, but I feel like we have much more of a fighting chance against them this year than we would have done last year. Last year they were what the Union had been, and facing them last year when it was Curtin in charge, they had our number for sure. And it hasn't necessarily been the case this year. It doesn't mean they don't have the talent to defeat us, but they don't have the playbook anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they've been watching us all season, so they have more of one than they did, maybe earlier on. But it's not Curtin versus Noonan anymore. So I think that has made a difference this season.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's true.
Well, I concur. I don't want to see Miami get any further, but it's a double-edged sword. Part of me wants to, if we're going to move on and slay the beast, and this is one that has had our number.
Yep.
I think what we drew with them this year in the first game, but that was a messy-less Miami.
Yep. That's right.
And when he was back, it was a whole different. So, bring it on, but at our own peril.
Yeah.
But hey, and like I said, at the league level, at the club level, that's going to bring in the eyeballs and the ratings, and then at our local family level, that gets my youngest excited.
That's true.
Video games to life.
But then we have to deal with the Messi fans in the Subaru Stadium.
Well, it's got to die somewhere. Wouldn't it be great if it did?
There is that saying, right? To be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah.
Is Miami better than Cincinnati? It's arguable.
Depends. Yeah.
They've certainly paid and spent more.
Maybe our defense gives us the edge this time around.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
Messi's just going to score a goal at some point in every single game that he plays in the playoffs.
I know. Yeah, I agree. Like narratively, it'd be great if we were the one to hand Miami their hat, for the season.
Yeah. But it hurts when it doesn't. I'm thinking 2009 and the Phillies, and I wanted nothing more than to beat the Yankees. And after game 1, you're thinking this is great. You're like, now we're part of the history. We're there. The wrong side of history.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
But that said, Miami is playing in Cincinnati for this next round, and that's not going to be an easy place to go.
Not at all.
No, they're going to make sure of that.
Yeah, that's TQL, or is that Nashville? I can't remember which stadium is Cincinnati's, but that's going to be rocking. Yes, you're undoubtedly still going to have your Miami and Messi fans showing up, but it's not. It's going to be a big challenge for Miami to come out of there with a victory.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope the Cincinnati fan base keeps them, at bay and shows up.
Yep. Keeps them humble.
Makes them work for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think they will. They have a pretty solid fan base.
Yeah. So. As a Union player, do you think it's better going into your playoff game knowing who you're going to face after this, or not knowing who you're going to face after this? Because like I said, we're going to know when the Union start who they'll play if they make it through. I don't know.
Yeah, I can play a head game with you, I guess. If you go in not knowing, you can focus more on the game. the whole thing is avoid distraction, I guess. And,
yeah. Well,
hopefully it's a one step at a time situation. I mean, they'll know, but like it's like that's nice. I have to focus on this to get there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of seemed like their mentality this year, right? See, with even with Glasness's comment that when he got the nominated for Defender of the Year, right? What did he say? There's still more to do or something like that.
Yeah, he was definitely putting on his captain hat. With that speech, but yeah.
Well, let's use this. Let's springboard. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm going to skip ahead to the one thing about what Carnell is doing different this season compared to that's contributed to our success. So I think one of the things, I mean, I'm sure Curtin did this too, but it just feels more prevalent where they just focus one game at a time. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of? I know we talked about this. With that?
Sorry, fluid lineups.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yes, there are always going to be certain people in certain places, but it definitely seems like Carnell, he has to work around schedules and injuries, but also seems to look at the team we're playing and be able to make changes accordingly that he thinks are appropriate, and especially towards the end. And I say this with love in my heart, but Jim was Jim, and Jim would roll out kind of a very similar thing almost every single game. Yeah.
The diamond. Yeah.
So I mean, it's been very interesting to see how I don't know all the criteria, I'm not versed enough, but that he uses to kind of try to meet the other team and defeat them. So
I mean, to your point, the whole season he seems to have done a good job of blocking out the noise and getting everyone to kind of zero in, and he just brings a good energy. I see him and Curtin are both like players managers, where the players gravitate to him clearly.
Yes.
For him to come in the way he did and replace someone like Jim, but get everyone on page so fast. And he just it was after the Shield clinching when he gave his talk to the stands and the TV audience. I was like, wow, he really does have that charismatic feel to it that drew me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job with that, and just I'm a big fan of player managers. I'm not a Jose Mourinho kind of gal. So so it's been nice. And again, completely another aspect that's been very unexpected.
He's definitely brought the younger guys into it more too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't want to steal any thunder from what you might have to share, but like, it feels very much like a band of brothers kind of a thing where, they're playing confident because they know somebody's got their back. Like whether it's Macania or Glasness making an unexpected run into the midfield, or Lukic and taking shots from 30 yards out that nobody honestly believes anybody besides Glasness has the chance to score from, or Wagner just blindly putting crossing balls into the box, or just Westfield, Olaski, Vasilev making runs, secondary runs, just to add more bodies into the box and cause more chaos. Like, they're playing for each other, knowing that they've got each other's backs in a lot of ways. That, I mean, I totally agree that Jim was a player's coach, that players loved playing for him, but it almost feels like Carnell has built it to be a team mentality first. And that just feels a little different. It's very similar, but a little bit more. We're in this together, and nobody's bigger than the team, and they really do seem to buy that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's that fluidity, as Christy said. Yeah, to the way of water. It's just, it could be lineup A, and then it could change to lineup B halfway through the game, depending on who moves in and out. And I think I got to imagine coaches and other teams have a hard time anticipating who they're going to face on a given game day. It could be like 1 of 3 potential potent configurations.
And then you end up with Westfield playing attacking midfield because reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And just as a fan watching, it's been a lot of fun in that respect. You know, it's kind of like going to see your favorite, musician or band play, and they're like, oh my God, they're like doing stuff from like this other album that I wasn't even expecting, or it's just like
The
they just
B-side.
mix it up. Exactly. It's like it's the Jeff Beck of sports, and I'm absolutely probably dating myself here, but what are you gonna do? Um,
The musician reference was a good of the band. I was just reading, so Christy got me on the articles and the current news with before the pod, and then another one popped up. So Cornell's philosophy, and I just saw this. Oh, this is kind of cool. AC/DC. So they attack collectively, they defend collectively.
oh,
Is the philosophy,
fantastic.
and there's your fluidity.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then AC/DC. Let's
Yeah.
get those rock fingers.
Rock fingers.
Rock fingers.
Oh boy.
Also known as the devil's horns. If not listen to last week's episode.
Different from the steers, though, right? The Austin.
That's right. It's not the hook 'em.
Yeah. And those are, it's funny. It's like they're a little bit more splayed for the hook 'em.
Right.
But the Dio fingers, it's a little bit more. Yeah. Or the rock fingers.
I think there's a motion too. At least with McConaughey, there's a motion with the hook 'em.
Yeah.
It's like you're hooking something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry. Nobody can see this. This is an audio medium, but
We're
we're all
all from
sitting here.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we're all from Pennsylvania. Although, I do work with Texans, so I know a little bit about it. But
all right. Just real quick here. We're almost 45 minutes in. Do we want to, I mean, we've talked about like kind of just any highlight from this past season. I don't know do we want to mention anything about it? I know we talked about it a little bit before, but
season's not over yet, so I think that's
okay.
Your little regular season.
We could do that too.
Yeah.
We talked about our little in-game. This is the personal highlights. Get to see people. Very cool. I remember this all the way back to the summer. Cavan's official first appearance, and that whole game. So it preceded. He was warming up when his brother Quinn scores, and then celebrates in the corner, and they get to do their little celebration hug.
Yeah.
And then he gets announced on, sets his North American record as the youngest, and
that's crazy.
His first touch and pass was to Quinn, and they did a little series down the field. I just watching it, like, wow, this is really, it's like two brothers playing out in the playground.
Yeah.
Or the backyard. And I was like, that's a fun moment. There's a lot to shoot. Boy, coach of the year, defense was back. Gosh, what a season.
Yeah. And that coach of the year speech that Cornell gave, so good. Like when they were like, his wife and daughters were like congratulating him, and then he's just like, again, kind of like Glesnes is like, but back to work. One more game, we got to focus.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, it's true. With all the hesitation about the playoffs, I think that's deep seated. Just maybe that's me and a C thing, but it is a team in a season where it feels like they should, right? This is Bedoya's year. Let's bring it home.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember the Open Cup game against the Riverhounds that went to penalty. I think it was the one that went to penalty kicks.
Yeah.
And I think it was the Riverhounds. Was it in the 11? Anyway, whichever one went to penalty kicks. And, rightly, the other team decided to shoot at the other side, the west side of the stadium. So what did the fans do? They all traipsed on over there, and it was just this mass exodus. Like you could almost feel the stadium shift as it all the fans got over there.
PKs. Our history with PKs is not good, so that's a plus.
Well, the last time I watched an Open Cup PK result on that end of the stadium, it was the final. That was the one where we're like, if we lose this, I'm leaving. And but this one went the Union's way, and between Andrew Rick getting the fans fired up and. Wagner almost getting into a fist fight afterwards for some reason.
God knows why. Because why not?
Exactly.
But it was funny. I remember standing there with Eric and being like, I think everybody's running to the goal.
Yeah.
And you could just see people.
Yeah.
We were like, if you want to go, sure.
Yeah.
So we got down pretty far. We were, I guess, just behind into the
back into the right.
You got it wrong, by the way, the week I was off. It's back and to the left, not back and to the right.
I think we were paraphrasing it, but
sure.
Considering I've never actually sat and watched that 5-hour movie or whatever.
God, you haven't?
I haven't either, actually.
What?
I just saw the people would always make fun of that clip from this is Oliver Stone's JFK movie.
I want to say it was on The Critic back when that show was on.
It was on The Critic, yeah.
There was even a joke about theoretical physics in there.
Oh.
Well, anyway. I'm the only one who's watched it, so great.
If the Union make it through, I'll watch it.
I'm sure I've seen it referenced a ton of times.
Yeah.
It's probably not worth watching anymore. Yeah. It probably feels super dated, but I did watch that sometime back in the day. But anyway, that was a fun moment, the little PK moment. I could not speak at work the next day, for sure. So we were shouting quite a bit.
That was a fun game. It was because it was just and I'm putting that in air quotes, against the Riverhounds. The stands were that crowded, and so all the stadium ushers. It's like, what are you going to do? Like everyone is just migrating over to that section of the stadium. It's like, it's fine.
Nobody was going to try to stop anybody at that point.
Yeah,
there was no way.
Yeah.
We actually had our family did a game, and we got the tickets on the secondary market, Ticketmaster. Everything went through. It was all good.
Nice.
And then someone from Ticketmaster reached out, was like, hey, we had a problem and we don't have your tickets, but we're going to give you these instead. So we sat right behind the Chicago Fire subs. That was a Chicago Fire game.
Wow.
They came with passes to the lounge. You walk back. So we got through the security. They cleared the way for us.
Whoa.
Got back. All you can eat. There's a nice little buffet set up. They had a roast beef sandwich stand with the au jus.
Wow.
An open bar. I look around like, wow, this is great. And then the players start coming out. So there with my littlest, and he's standing next to Jack Elliott. And literally everyone just starts coming out. And Cabin's right there. And I was like, wow, this is
that's awesome.
It doesn't work out in your favor a lot, but what it does, we really embraced that.
Yeah, the videos were amazing from that. Yeah. I mean, you were right there.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
And that was just a few weeks ago, right? You said it was the Chicago game?
No. It was June 25th. It wasn't the playoff. It was a regular season matchup. Yeah. It was a beautiful night. So, hey, things come together. The universe.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So nice.
In fact, I walked back from the lounge. We sat down with my youngest because they were with my wife and the oldest were still back. Get a text message and some frantic calls like, hey, you got to get back here now because the players are coming out. Carry your sandwich, carry your drink. We're moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back.
I'll tell you what, Ticketmaster, you can lose my tickets anytime.
Hey.
As long as you do that.
Yeah.
Bank error in your favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Finally, something for Ticketmaster.
I mean, that's a rarity. So wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah.
E or C, did you have any? Because I got one other just to throw out there.
Yeah, I'm going blank. I mean, but yeah, you go ahead, Paul.
I think it was the DC game that they scored 6 goals. It was Olaski's first game for the Union, I believe. Mm-hmm. That was the one. I think that was the one that he buried that one near post shot. I just remember it was a game that the Union comfortably won. I can't remember if it was that or the New England game, but it was around that time. And Olaski, nobody knew who he was. Then he kind of comes over from San Diego, and you're like, "What are we getting for this?" And then I think it was probably like the second touch of the ball, or maybe even at first, that he buries it, and it's like, "Okay, this is something. This is something." That was nice.
Felt like we got a Carranza back.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Just quick-footed. Sure-footed scorer, finisher.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I'm amazed the amount of power Olaski can generate with very little foot movement. It's just
like that 6-inch punch.
Yeah, exactly. It's the 6-inch punch. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think Quinn necessarily had a single game this season that just kind of set him. This was definitely another season with him taking more steps forward, at least until the injury. But we were just talking about individual memories, but on the whole, season wide, this is definitely, I think Quinn has gone yet another level up. Like, 'cause I remember like 3-4 years back, McGlynn was getting the starts, Aronson was getting the starts, and it's like, Harry was getting starts, and it's like, well, I guess Quinn's going to be a bench player, and now like he's an everyday starter, and I'm so looking forward to what this team will look like with Sullivan and Olaski on the field together next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, this was his breakout year. Well, he'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll have two Sullivans out there for a short stint, hopefully. And
rubber and magic, right? Hopefully that gets him back in the field.
And with Quinn and his little engine that could have felt like Jean-Jacques this year too really came on the scene and just up and down the field, everywhere, all at once.
100%. He is like my player of the year. Like, I mean, there's so many players that did so much great, but Danley, he just, I've just loved it when he's out there.
Just, it's fun.
Just what he can do, and the engine just goes and he goes and he goes and he goes. Yeah,
he's your favorite to watch, I would say.
Kind of, I think so.
Yeah, we're kind of delving into postseason topics now, aren't we? I feel like we're kind of capturing that. That's totally fine. I'm just saying, I am looking forward to the games coming up and everything that's got to go. But there's been a lot of highlights this season that are fun to think back on.
Yeah. I will say, Christy, do you have one? That I don't want
Supporter Shield. We already talked about it. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. And perhaps, the cherry on top of that, just because it's very Philly, was Allie with a full face of blood while they won the Supporter Shield.
Yes.
Which we actually couldn't see when we were there. I only saw it afterwards, but the background photo on my phone remains Allie with blood streaming down his face, screaming right after they won. Because it feels like a very Allie picture. So I have deep and abiding love for Allie Bedoya. So
I was gonna say the Supporter Shield, because I remember like we finally won it, and we won it at home. And I remember just standing there, and everyone's, we're all celebrating. I just said,
people in the stands, and
and like, I know this is the second time we won, but this one just felt more monumental because we were there.
Somebody was
there.
It
was a full season too. They really
no asterisk,
And I think that was just kind of the, we talked about the Carnell experiment at the beginning of the season, like how many games. It's like we won the Supporter Shield before the end of the season, one game before the end of the season, but still before the end of the season.
4 feet above the covers.
And if you had asked me in February, like, oh, would you want to put a $5 down that the Union wins Supporter Shield before the end of the season? I'm like, nope. But it's just, I think it is a physical, testament, I think, to like what Carnell and the Union have done this season. So
how was the atmosphere in the stadium for that Supporter Shield? And comparatively to, I was thinking back on some big games, the Club America game I was at, that was a huge, but this really felt, just watching TV, like it was a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Christy, if you want to say anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I think it took a little while people were hyped from the beginning, but I think it took a little while for them to realize, like, oh wait, this might actually happen, and by the time they brought Bedoya in, it was sort of like, oh wait, this is really probably going to happen, and also Bedoya is coming in, so when they announced him,
that
if there had been a roof, it would have blown off, but so it was marred only slightly by a bit of a confusing end to the game, because it was just like, what, somebody's down, something's happening over here, what's going on, and you couldn't really hear the whistle, but you saw Blake start hugging everybody and jumping up and down, and you kind of figured out what had happened, because there was just so much noise you couldn't really make it out, but
I don't know when Bedoya was subbed in, but you could just feel it building. Even on TV watching, you could the stadium got louder and louder. I think people realized this is really what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And usually when we're at games, it's depending on the game and how it's going and all that, because we're sitting in the midsection area, and it's just kind of like, most people are sitting, and then by the end, there's like, at least for me, like, especially as the plays are becoming fewer and more important. Like I stand up and then sit down, stand up and then sit down, like, oh, stand up, sit down, and all that.
He doesn't have to be in the stadium for that to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
For what it's worth.
But at that game, I think we were all standing. Like everyone was standing for like the last 10 minutes. The entire stadium, everybody was just on their feet. It was just like, it was just, it was joyous. It was just like you could just let your soul just resonate with the vibe going on in there. And it's those are the moments that make sports so darn fun.
And it's a community experience. Like, I mean, I wasn't able to make it to that game, but I remember like the Union Red Bull playoff game from a couple of years back. That was transcendent, and that was some of the loudest that I've ever heard.
That's the one where they came back from, and who was our super sub? That was
well, it wasn't the Ilsinho game. It was it was the playoff game where what was the Brazilian guy that he put a cross in that ended up going in the net, and like everything just kind of fell the Union's way, and we were down. We weren't in the river end, but we were just on the south side of the stands, right near the river end. So we got to hear them constantly chanting and taunting the Red Bulls fans, and like we had a good crew of people down there that day. I think there were like 8 of us down there, or 10 of us down there for the game. And it was like you said, that communal vibe was really cool, and it would have been nice to have experienced that in that Shield clinching victory this year. Would be fun.
Yeah,
but hopefully we'll still have it. 3 more games to go, and we get to experience that again this season.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from the Union and what lies behind and what lies ahead. Big news in terms of the season.
What really lies ahead
going forward. We mentioned this last week, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised it went so fast. But all the team owners and all that stuff voted last Thursday, and they agreed they're going to shift the season schedule. So in 2027, starting August 2027, that's when that season will start, and it'll run through until whatever. It'll still take until the following December to finish the playoffs, but
it's interesting because it's not, in some ways, it's not a lot different. It's just that things are happening at different times. So if you look at and I am grateful as anything for that winter break, because that's huge. But it's kind of like, it's just like when the championship happens is different, I mean,
it's just going to align now with like the NHL and NBA will have a spring or early summer kind of playoffs. But it'll align internationally. It's a welcome change. I feel like I've been reading about this for ages. They must have been working frantically behind closed doors, and I wonder how much the World Cup like spurred it too, that they're going to build off the excitement and we'll make the flip based around that.
They definitely said they would do it after the World Cup. Now, I don't know if that was just a convenience, a marker in the sand, or if it is, like you're saying, building off the excitement. It's probably a combination flatter. But
that 2026 season is going to have some very bold asterisks on both the Shield and the MLS Cup winner.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Or
because that 2026 season, I think, isn't it like 14 or 17 games long?
No, won't they play a full season? They'll go all 2026.
No. It's 2027 when they start the new calendar. So they have there's like a bridge season in the middle there that's going to be like 14 games long.
Oh, they're like starting in like just a little mini season. I didn't know they were going to do that.
I thought they'd released it, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
So will that be an official season, or is it just going to be kind of like just do one big like whatever?
No, it's an official season, but I can't remember if it was Kyle or Jillian posed the question, how is that going to work on the players' contracts? Because does that count as a full season? How does that all shake out? I'm sure that the owners are going to have to negotiate with the Players Association to figure out all of that. And
yeah, what about ticket prices? It's going to be like an NFL game. I mean, a lot fewer to choose from.
That
we
seems
keep
messier
posted
than
once
it's
we
worth.
hear.
They don't want to
Yeah.
lose that revenue.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just seems messier than it's worth.
So what is
And
the schedule then, timing wise, for this bridge?
so this season's running normal.
Yeah.
Then I
Next
believe the
season will run normal.
2020. You know what? Why are we guessing? We should look up
Well,
what they
yeah,
proposed.
I'll pontificate a little bit while you're searching, but my understanding is 2026 will still run normal. So it'll start late February, early March, run until, December. And then I guess there's a small break going into 27, and then that's when they're going to do this weird micro season before the next official season starts in August of 27. But I remember last year, Andre Blake just amongst many voices, like kind of sounding the alarm about like just how overplayed these players are. That bridging. I mean, I don't know what the answer would be, but man, that feels like a lot of wear and tear. Um, did I give enough time, Paul?
Hang on, I got to find an informatic on this because it looks like the 2027, 2028 is when they're going to do the structure starting mid to late July. In 2027, they'll run till the middle of December, take their 2 month break until the middle of February,
Which I'm grateful for.
and finish the season in April, have the playoffs, and finish the MLS Cup in May of 2028. But that means then I guess the February to like June of 2027 is that odd off season or partial season. Like that's what I'm trying to find, like an informatic on the MLS season change. Let me just see if I can find something there.
It
That's
feels like
interesting.
yeah. I feel like they should use that time to do just another like Leagues Cup tournament. Just like do a little, you know,
Well, there's your wear and tear. They'll find something to add in there to make up for
yeah,
whatever is being missed that players will probably have to look at a little
yeah.
skeptically.
Bedoya's probably like, man, I'm glad I'll be retired by then. You know, my
It'll be in the front office, maybe.
yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, that'd give him good reason to
That'll be
not be bothered.
he'll go full time in Paddle House.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can't find like a full graphic version of it, but it does look like it's the 2027-2028 season where they'll be going. It says that there will be a transitional season that will feature only 14 regular season games from February 2027 to May of 2027.
All right.
Because with the
So,
realignment too in the new season, it's going to change. We're going to have like regional divisions.
Yeah, I
is that
didn't.
what
They're
they're
going to
talking?
play every
Yeah.
team in their regional division twice, like you would an NFL season, but then they're also going to play every team at least once for a total of the 34 they have now, is what I was reading.
hmm I
But
saw
so
that
yeah, like a
too.
little realignment is going to happen just in
I was having a hard time
table
visualizing
structure.
it, so I'm glad you explained it. Um, yeah.
Right, so they're planning on dividing the conferences up into like north, south, and all that. Like,
I think it's what
That doesn't surprise me. I wonder, Garber was with the National Football League before he was with MLS. I
hmm,
wonder if he's trying to bring a similar structure to
hmm,
MLS like they have in the NFL, where you have a American Conference, a National Conference, and each of those are made up of four divisions. Each division has four teams in it, and you play everybody in your division twice, and you play I think everybody in your conference once, and you play one other division in the other conference. Hold on, they've got a set structure on how they
yeah,
run stuff.
Mhm.
You know, and allows them to have more teams in the league,
yeah, I
and I'm
guess.
sure that's
There
Yeah,
you
something
go.
that Garber would like.
yeah.
Although maybe if they're switching to this schedule, they're also going to bring Pro Rel in.
Oh. Yeah, meanwhile,
crazy.
USL standing there like, WTF, man. Like,
Pro Rel is like the third rail in American soccer. Like, nobody's going to touch that.
I don't know how they could do it. Not with the franchise system.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know.
Be interesting to see what happens with all this. I mean, if it makes it more popular, MLS, since it'll be aligned with the other seasons around the world, for the most part. If it'll frustrate fans, just I'd be curious. But like I said, the actual playing times of the year, not that much change.
Yeah.
So which was I didn't really like the idea of the change, so I'm glad. I was actually heartened to see that. We'll see. But I know our friend Mark, a friend of the pod who has been on before, he is a Red Bulls fan. We have built that bridge.
Him. Yep.
He is very excited because there is a USL team starting up. He lives on Long Island. There is a USL team starting up literally 2 miles from his house. So he is actually a little more excited about USL right now. And be curious to see, because there are a few USL teams I've mentioned that I kind of loosely follow. And curious to see if the sport grows that way too, because USL is kind of very dynamic. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on there. It's not as codified and as professionally, corporatized, I guess, as MLS is. MLS is hardly like the NFL yet, but I'd just be curious to see what happens with these other leagues too.
Change is not a bad thing.
No.
It'll be fun to see what happens.
Yeah.
Been too much of it for me lately, but that's me personally.
Grand scheme.
Yeah.
All right, change is not always a bad thing.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah. I like the amendment. Thank you.
I second it. Okay, approved.
Duly noted.
Yeah. Well, I guess keeping with change.
Changes.
Apple TV.
Apple TV figured out they couldn't make as much money.
Yeah,
as they thought, even with Messi.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. I mean, it's
more. It's got to be a good thing, right? I've heard a lot of people say to me, "Hey," because they know I'm a Union fan. I'd love to tune in, but it's hard to get to. It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Money. I know, but still, let's take a league that we're trying to build interest in and put it behind 2 locked doors.
Right.
Yeah, 2 paywalls.
And 2 dragons you have to fight to be able to get there. I mean, it's crazy. And, at least this year they did open it up a little bit. It was still a separate package, but you could get it on, I believe, something Comcast. I'm not sure because we don't have Comcast, and I just don't know. But also I know for sure DirecTV, because Scoops, we were able to get the package for Scoops because she wasn't able to watch it before, because for just complicated reasons can't get Apple. So my only objection to this is I am a little afraid that maybe the DirecTV pieces, since there's no paywall involved, there's no package, that maybe that will go away. So that's just a personal thing for me, because I would like Scoops to continue to watch the games. And I did I spend an inordinate amount of time on the helpline with Apple trying to figure that out the day they made the announcement and nobody really knew what was going on? Yes, I did, because I panicked a little bit on Scoops' behalf. But we'll figure that out. Well, as E says, we'll jump off that bridge when we come to it. So, but I think it is, overall, it's like, guys.
Smart move. About time.
It only took, how long has it been? 2 years? This is the third year, I guess?
2 years they did this,
Because I guess the year we started the pod was the first year they were on Apple, I think.
Yeah, it's like half our episodes were complaining about Apple.
Oh, God. The early ones are just me talking about tech support.
Yeah.
And spending literally 3 hours every Sunday trying to get the replay. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I hope they keep the local radio broadcast. I'm sure they will. What a great idea.
Oh,
that should be across more platforms and sports.
They just need to be able to record it so that when we're watching it time shifted, that we can still hear Dave Leno.
Yeah.
I mean, what a difference the local broadcasts. I mean, the standard national guys, they're fine. They're fine.
Especially when we have Higginbotham.
100%.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's kind of like a home thing.
Yeah. And even Taylor Twellman, I kind of because he kind of started here in Philly.
But he's not on Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, he chimes in. He's not frequent, but he's there.
He's not on our games much.
Yeah.
But, unless he's left, but he was.
Okay.
But Nate actually does local, whether it's home or away.
All the time. Always. Yeah. And maybe so like the national, are they trying to get more of like, if you listen to any foreign football broadcast, it's a little more, European, I guess, low key. I feel the announcers like.
Oh, I thought you were calling the other states foreign. That's why I laughed.
Whereas when you flip it to the local here, like that's where the energy comes in. Although like not all locals are equal. I'm learning too. It wasn't as strong, but and Late 2 was great. I just love hearing me.
Yeah.
It would be really cool though if they had the Apple TV broadcast sound. You had the home team broadcast, and you had the visiting team, so that we could listen to whatever you wanted to hear and switch it around and keep that recording synced up with the game. And
I guess the way they must only have, so like when the Union are home is when they'll likely have their home radio broadcast, and when it's away they don't.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, they have the away broadcast.
The away, the other team gets there.
Yeah.
Unless you are Scoops and you have figured out exactly the time delay so that you can sync your tablet sound up to the game.
Yeah.
She has it down.
He starts and stops does it take to get that?
It's not many. It's Dave Leno or bust for her. So she has no interest in listening to the Apple commentators.
She's a Leno lady.
She is a big fan. And there actually is a Dave Leno like fan club t-shirt that is out there now that you can find. May need to get that for her.
She's like Dark Side of the Mooning it with Oz. She's getting that third line.
It's exactly what it is. It is. Just with a slightly higher degree of difficulty. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a deep cut that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Oh,
man.
Was that the Prism? Was that the Prism one?
Yep.
Yeah, and you sync it up when the third line roar.
Third line roar, the MGM line.
Oh, I remember doing that in our living room back home.
Fun. Just still fun.
Yeah. It's crazy. That is just crazy.
Now I'm getting like ideas from what we could do for a shirt that does that with the rainbow coming out of the prism is like leads to the Wizard of Oz.
The color of Berry Bridge, maybe.
Yeah. With the success equation somewhere hidden.
I was gonna say it's gonna come down to that, isn't it?
Oh man.
Oh, man.
But well, yeah, hopefully this move by Apple gets more eyeballs on the league in general.
Yeah, getting back to the point.
I'll be happy we don't have to pay the extra, whatever it was, $80 for the season. Yeah. We just use our regular. So I appreciate that much. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully
and hopefully Scoops can keep her DirecTV. So
anyway. Real quick, other soccer news. US play Uruguay tonight. And I don't know if people want spoilers. Do you guys want spoilers?
Sure.
Because I forgot about this game. 5-1 US.
Whoa.
Yeah. That surprised me.
Uruguay did lose a player in the second half, but before that player went out, US scored 4 goals. All in the first half.
Wow.
Trusty got former Union. Trusty got an assist on one of them, and
good for him.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe this is, dare we say, is the Union? Is the Union? Is the U.S. team starting to kind of figure itself out here with hopefully enough time before World Cup?
Yeah, hope so. How many more matches do they have? Friendlies or of any?
That's an excellent
It's coming
question.
up fast.
That's
it's coming up so fast.
Too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually do a couple, I know, before the tournament starts. But yeah.
Now's the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is,
yeah,
it's a friendly, so it's a friendly, but still 5-1.
Yeah, I got very frustrated with the Berhalter era, so I have to start tuning in again, especially since we have so many guys making appearances, whether they're current or former.
Yeah.
So have to get back into it now. And my knowledge of Uruguay is rusty after the era of Diego Forlan.
There you go. Yeah.
Which is a long time ago, but I know they were never to be trifled with. So so that's hopefully still the case.
They're not happy.
No, I would think not.
Yeah.
So
Diego Forlan was a handsome man.
Handsome man.
It was like the Fabio of soccer.
Okay, maybe not quite.
Yeah.
Not tacky. He just had
No. Yeah.
Good hair. He had good hair.
Yeah.
I'm just turning my heater on, so.
So if they drop out, power goes off.
I hope I got this recording saved. Okay. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up here?
I had something in my head, but it slipped, so unless it comes back.
I know the Union were doing car painting before I guess for the game on Sunday. There's they partner with Giant, and you can there's 2 Giant locations you can go to and get your car painted.
What?
It's some sort of
wash off paint.
Yeah, it's like a chalk kind of paint, and you you go onto the Union website, and there's click on it's on the front page, and there's a registration sign up thing online, and you can go take your car down there and get it done up.
Now, when is that? It
was today, and I think that one's tomorrow. So I guess I should probably get this edited and posted tonight if this is going to be relevant.
I did see Thursday's a bus tour, 2 to 4 in the city, starting at the Liberty Bell.
Right, doing a bus tour. Really?
City Hall Park, and then I think it does does it get to South Philly before it gets up? It finishes at the Art Museum at the steps.
Oh wow! Is it on Thursday?
Yeah, I just saw it pop up on the feed, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anybody coming down with a 24-hour bug that they got to do a lot of work?
Yeah. Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. That's really cool. All right. Anything else?
No, let's just bring it home.
All right.
Deal. Yeah.
All right. If you want to get a hold of us, you can find us at our website, amorephillyunion.com. You can send us your questions via email, or contact us on socials, particularly Instagram. I'll definitely be sure to respond and include them on the pod or whatnot. You can email us at pod@amorephillyunion.com. On Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and Bluesky, we are A More Philly Union. We have our ever-growing, very eclectic official soundtrack Spotify playlist for the podcast. It's under A More Philly Union. Just look for the one with the music notes. If you want a More Philly Union swag, you can check out our online store. You can go to our website, or you can get to it via our LinkedIn tree. One of these days, I'm going to try to put together maybe some holiday stuff. That might be fun. Be sure to download and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. And while you're at it, go show some love to one of our favorite forces for good in the world, Philadelphia Union Foundation. You can check them out at philadelphiaunionfoundation.org. So, actually, before we sign off, I also want to say, Nate, thank you so much for joining us again this time. It's always great to have you on.
Thank you, guys.
Podcast.
So good to be back. So and fingers crossed, we'll have some more to celebrate here soon. Hopefully.
Absolutely, yeah.
Return of the Mack, Mark Morrison. It came to me just a moment ago.
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode of A More Philly Union. We are your hosts. I'm E.
I'm C.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Paul.
Go Union!
And actually, I shared an article over Instagram. It was like a NYFC supporters page.
I saw that.
It was an interesting read. It was fun to go through, and they're on like a hot streak, and so they're coming up with some momentum. But at the end, or at one point, it mentioned like it referenced their boys in blue, and I was like, hey, come on now. Like, wait a second, who are the boys in blue? Maybe that's just like a generic crosses over.
Where they were calling New York City the boys in blue.
Yeah, their supporters page was referring to their boys in blue.
No.
Yeah.
We were the boys in blues first.
They're the pigeons.
Yes. Yeah.
They're the pigeons. They gotta just deal with it.